Welcome back to episode 2 of Expansion Press.
Send me out with a bang.
Ooh la la. My name is Mike. I'm again joined by the beautiful Ashley Young. And this week we're looking at our first genre pick out of the coveted genre pot.
Ooh. Genre
which
pot.
Definitely isn't a painted pingle tub. Where we're going to draw out a random game genre and rate our experiences with it and its place in gaming history. We also have the scoop on the latest news, including Nintendo's announcements with Mario 3D and Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. More on that in a bit. Ashley?
Hello.
Hello. What have you been playing this week?
I have been playing the brand new Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Ooh. Which you got a bit of a package with, didn't you?
I did. If you followed us on our Facebook page, there's a little preview video of the collector's edition skateboard. It's fancy. Which is signed as well by Tony Hawk. But I haven't took it out of the box yet because, collectors.
It's signed by Tony Hawk.
It's signed by Tony Hawk. It's a collector's item.
Ooh.
You don't really want to take that out of the box, do you?
No. In comparison, I recently purchased a Deadmau5 skateboard for a lot of money.
A lot of money.
A lot of Canadian dollars money. And that one isn't signed, unfortunately.
No.
But, we do these things because, we're nerds.
I mean, that collector's edition wasn't expensive. It was like,
No, that also annoyed me. Yours is cheaper, plus it had games with it, and it was signed.
and it come with downloadable content as well,
Yeah.
which was great. I think it was like £90.
So anyway, did you play the original Tony Hawks?
Yes.
And use a wee nipper?
Yes.
And how does the nostalgia factor hold up to?
It was nice because it's like it's just playing it. Sorry, keep touching it. Okay, you can edit that.
Fidgeting with the tins. Nothing else, I promise.
It was nice because it's like you load it up for the first time. You do like your tutorial and like learning the controls again. Cause it's been quite a while, unless you've been playing it since the original came out. Mm-hmm. So you go through your whole tutorials on learning the tricks and how to move, and then you get thrown in. You get you gotta spell out skate. You gotta crash boxes. Yeah,
so it's still like, for all intents and purposes, it's still the classic Tony Hawk.
It's still the classic.
You still have
Tony
like
Hawks.
two minutes on the clock or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 minutes.
To do all these challenges in the level.
Yeah, obviously your hidden tapes get good.
Graphically impressive.
Yeah, it's good. I've you got a lot of like characters to play as well as like loads of like boards you can choose, and I ended up picking like Bones, just this skeleton on a skateboard.
Bonesy.
Yeah.
I swear he's called something like Bones. I think he's been on other Tony Hawk's games. You can unlock. Soundtrack, that's important for me because the original Tony Hawk soundtracks were mint.
I think it's all new songs.
Yeah,
probably
don't have the licensing to do the old stuff again.
I think they're keeping up with the times.
Been playing anything else?
I
Can't pronounce it.
Ghosts of...
Go on, try.
I can't pronounce that last word. Ghosts of Shinama? Is it?
Mushinama? What are they doing these days?
I don't know.
Ghosts of Tsushima.
Tsushima.
I believe is how you pronounce
I can't pronounce that. And I'll sound like an idiot. You gotta edit that out.
No. It's fine. We'll do it live.
God.
Ghosts of Tsushima, which is a fantastic game, is it
Yes.
not? In my opinion.
It is good. Graphically, it's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like I did post a screenshot of my own Twitter.
Twitter handle.
It's Ashley 2_ Jane, I believe it is.
And you die a lot.
Yes, I died a lot. I can't get. I'm still learning, still practicing the combat.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up running into a place with like loads of people and tried to do something and died like 5 times. Just great.
It gets really good. It gets really good later. You've got to persist.
Gotta get to grips with the combat. And then the wind as well, which is a nice feature actually for like the waypoints.
Get to grips with the wind. It's a nice way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
as opposed to having a map, a mini map.
Yeah, having like a red line across the map. It's just wind. And if you do like the touchpad as well.
Yeah.
It's like
It utilises touchpad.
yeah. And what have you been playing?
I've been playing the little. I think it's a fairly still new release. The little campfire. No, the last campfire. Sorry,
Well, you said that last time.
the last campfire. The little campfire. It's close enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Art style is really impressive. It's a little puzzle game in a 3D world, cartoon characters, and it's really chill. The premise is you're this little dude who's been on a little boat ride called an ember, and I think it's their version of a spirit, I believe. And this little ember spirit got lost on his way, and what we are in now could be described as a purgatory with other little lost embers. And it's a sad intro. It's nearly made me cry. But the whole premise is you're exploring this purgatory, and you have these little hub worlds, and in each one of these hub worlds there are puzzles to save other little embers. The puzzles are quite unique. None of them have been very repetitive, because in our puzzle games it tends to be like the same thing over and over again. But no, this so far has been a breath of fresh air, and this is picked up on Switch, by the way. It is upon every other console as well, I think, at the minute. Current gen console, anyway. It runs well on the Switch, no issues at all. So yeah, I recommend checking that one out. Have I been playing anything else on
Breath of the
PlayStation?
Wild.
Breath of the Wild, also on Switch. I've been heavily into the Switch lately.
Finally got around
Finally.
to playing it.
And funnily enough,
It's a masterpiece, isn't it?
yeah, funnily enough, whilst playing this, the new Hyrule Warriors has been announced as well.
Yeah. Which is set 100 years before what you're playing right now.
Which, you know, I've looked up I didn't play the Hyrule Warriors before this, but I looked it up, and I want to play that more than I'm playing Breath of the Wild right now, to be honest. Because it's like, it's more combat orientated,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, I'm excited for that. But Breath of the Wild, stunning, massive game, rather overwhelming. I think I'm playing it wrong because I'm just getting whooped no matter where I go, no matter what I do. So, yeah, despite it being open world, I don't think it's that open world. You're not meant to go towards a dragon thing yet with 4 hearts, I don't think. But
yeah.
we like a trier, don't we?
We ain't
like a
even
try.
talking to the champions either. So, it's been a big week for gaming
Yes.
because there's been quite a few new releases. So, we've had the new Tony Hawk,
Which we've got our hands on at the
which we've
moment.
got our hands on. Marvel Avengers, that come out the same day as Tony Hawk did. That is on, obviously, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever you fancy. NBA 2K21. Not a big fan of the sports games.
Sports games at all. I mean,
But-
Tony Hawk's is pretty close to a sports
It's
game.
pretty close, but obviously it's the basketball. So, but if you're a fan, go ahead. And WRC 9.
World Rally Championship, I believe.
I got that close.
Hey, rally games are fun. I've played many of the dirts. And, yeah.
I'm a big Forza fan as well.
And Nintendo, what have they been up to?
Nintendo had their big direct. So they've been at some pretty cool things recently. So we've had the new Super Mario 3D All Stars,
Which I'm excited for the 64.
64
Definitely.
remake.
And
Beautiful.
we also have Sunshine and Galaxy on that.
I believe it's Galaxy.
Yeah.
You have Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, which
Looks crazy.
it looks amazing. No, I'm a big fan of like the Mario Karts. Could play that all day if I could.
As I was saying to Ashley before this, you're going to have some difficulty selling that one because not many people are going to have the space in their house for this
Yeah.
little go-kart thing. That's got to be expensive as well.
£100. That's what it's going for.
With
right
the car,
now.
yeah.
Yeah. So it obviously comes with your little cart, I think you can get one with Mario or Luigi, and it comes with like cardboard cutouts of like finish lines and checkpoints and stuff that you blot about everywhere.
Give in your house.
Do your circuit. But I think it would probably work best on like a laminate flooring rather than like carpet. So hopefully, I probably would buy it, but just keep it in the box until the time is right to play it.
Until the time is right. Until I buy us a mansion.
A big enough house to do this.
2024, come on.
Yeah.
No, maybe not.
Next, we have the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
Which we haven't seen gameplay of yet, have we? Have we released gameplay? It was more cutscene.
Yeah, it was more cutscene, trailer stuff than gameplay.
But yeah, it seems to be in the same map as far as
it's the same.
I can guess.
It's the same, obviously, world and everything of Breath of the Wild. So obviously you've got all the stuff on that. It's just the story is set before the stuff happens in Breath of the Wild. So it's set 100 years before. So obviously in the game, you know, Zelda's all like, you've been asleep for 100 years.
And you have a bad case of amnesia.
Yes,
you don't know what's going on.
We need you, and everything's like gone to ruins and stuff. But this takes place on following how that happens and how you get to that point. And
how you lost.
And how you lost.
Which is an interesting premise to play a game where you already know the ending, but you know, this is about the journey, I suppose.
I bet you all like the Zelda fans are going, I wanted Breath of the Wild 2.
It'll also be interesting because, as I was saying, in Breath of the Wild, you've got to be good at combat, and you can't take many things on at once. You know, you've got to be a bit tactical with it. Whereas, from what I understand with Hyrule Warriors, it's a hack and slash.
Yeah.
And it's waves and waves of enemies. So it'll be interesting to be like, you know, how Link went from a badass swordsman to a bit of a wimp that solves puzzles, to be honest.
It's not all about just solving puzzles. There is combat and everything too.
Which I'm obviously not good enough at.
Once you get to the end, close to like
spoilers.
Obviously, I don't spoil anything. So you're gonna need to be good. Like, get good. I played a bit of the Hyrule Warriors on the 3DS, and it's like you travel to like different areas, and you can switch between the characters, and each character has a different ability, and you kill everything.
That's what it seems to be multiple characters again in this new one.
But in this one, I believe you play as Link, Zelda, and the 4 champions that you come across in Breath of the Wild, which is cool. And next, if you're a fan of Super Mario Bros.
Who isn't?
We have the brand new Game & Watch Super Mario Bros. Edition coming out soon.
Please explain.
Oh, okay. So, it's a little handheld console from the original Game & Watch, but just with all colour, all graphic, obviously original graphics, pixel, all that. We like the pixel. With Super Mario Bros. In, and I believe if you buy the special, obviously you can't buy it because it's sold out on Nintendo Store, but the special system includes the Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels, a digital clock. We all like digital.
I want to buy it for the clock.
And a ball, which is a Mario version.
A ball?
Yeah, it says ball.
It doesn't look like a ball can fit in that box.
Maybe it's inflatable.
So how this thing looks, it's, you know, the original Game & Watch, little handheld device.
Yeah.
Small, in your hands, much smaller than the Switch.
2 buttons. You got your A and B button.
A and B.
Yeah.
And then start.
And also
and your little 4-way D-pad.
Yeah.
Yes, a digital clock. Now, I wonder if people are going to immediately start hacking and modding these.
You never know. Don't forget, they've already hacked a pregnancy test to run Doom on it.
Oh yeah.
So there's that.
So you can also see the Skyrim intro on the pregnancy test.
Who doesn't love the Skyrim intro? Yeah. Next, on the product side, Xbox have just announced their prices for the new Xbox Series X and also announced the Xbox Series S, which is a smaller version.
Is that the one with the speaker?
Yeah, it does look like a speaker. Yeah.
It's not a speaker.
It's not a speaker, but it looks like a speaker.
And there's been a lot of jokes about it.
Oh yes, definitely. But the S Series is a digital only console, where the X Series, you can have digital and you can have a disc drive with it as well. But so the Xbox Series X currently runs in at £449
Pounds?
or $499, where the S Series, if you're looking, budget inside, the S comes in at £249 or $299.
We're not biased on Xbox, by the way. I'm buying a PS5. Oh, don't worry.
But for the Xbox, for me, it's one of them. I'd always have an Xbox for the exclusives. Obviously, you got your Forza, your Halo, Gears of War. You gotta keep it, because how else would you play it?
Exactly.
Call of Duty, they've brought out their new Cold War multiplayer trailer. I was watching the trailer and I was like, this looks more like campaign than multiplayer.
How so?
The way it was going, because obviously it was all like, it's been shot on like the PS5 and stuff, all the graphics and everything. But the way it was going and like the intros to the multiplayer, it didn't look multiplayer. It looked more like a story, which I guess could be a good thing.
Definitely. Yeah. Have they finally broken the formula?
Maybe. But,
I mean, I doubt it, but I'm excited to see it.
And there's also a sneak peek of zombies as well.
Because it is a Black Ops, and I really enjoyed Black Ops 1 and 2. 3, don't know about that one. And then 4, did I even play 4?
No, I don't think I did.
But the campaigns, I've got to get it for the campaign, because it's a really cool era, those years.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's one of the top ones that I'm looking forward to getting.
And if you've played the originals, it seems to follow on with that storyline, because I believe you have Woods in it, don't you?
I believe
Woods
so.
is in it.
Yeah.
Bowman isn't. He's still picking up his bits of brains. Is Reznov going to be in it? I hardly doubt it, because he'd probably be quite old at that point.
Maybe.
But we still don't know what happened to him. So, yeah. Bring back Reznov.
Is that your
My hashtag of the week.
Your hashtag of the week?
Bring back Reznov. Dimitri, is that your? Anyway.
The numbers. What do they mean?
Get the tin out.
Is it genre week?
Yeah, it's genre week.
Would you like to pick from the tin?
I get to pick?
You get to pick.
Ooh.
From the tin. Dun dun dun.
We have Shooter. Shooter is the genre this week. Shooters. Do you remember your first shooter you ever played?
I think it has to be a Call of Duty, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
That was your earliest?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it was. I can't remember which one it was, but I know it was a Call of Duty. I think it was one of them as well. After a while, it's like we had, I think it was with zombies in, actually. And it was a very early one. It had the original zombies.
So Call of Duty World at War was your first shooter game you ever played?
Yeah.
When did you start playing games?
Very young age.
That's at a very young age. You don't know what my first shooter was?
What?
The original Doom.
Well, I can't say I originally
floppy disk.
played that, but my first game I ever played in general was the GTA series on PS1. That was my first game, in a sense. But my first shooter that I remember was Call of Duty.
No, mine was Doom. I was far too young, literally a toddler. I would just be mashing the fire button on the keyboard because I was too young to understand the concept of movement. Whilst my brother or my uncle would actually do the moving around.
You just press the button.
They just told me when to smash a button and I would. But I count that as technically the first time I ever played a shooter. First time I ever played a video game would have been close to that point, but it was probably the first Mario on the Super Nintendo. Titanfall's probably both of our most favourite shooters.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Titanfall 2.
Titanfall 1 was a good game as well.
Never played it, unfortunately.
I played online on that, and I'm still really good at it.
Titanfall 2, we've still playing that. There's still a good fan base of regular players on PlayStation.
It's like you can never not find a game. There's always a game to play.
For the time being, and I hope it stays that way until
Titanfall 3.
But there's no word that they're even working on one, is there?
It's rumoured. It's just at this point it's just rumoured that it's going, but nobody's confirmed it.
Borderlands is probably one of the funniest shooters I've ever played.
Honestly, I've only played a bit. I've never actually sat and played it straight through.
Talking about the first one here or any of them?
Like any of them? Because it's like...
They're one of the best co-op games like to play split screen ever.
I think that should be our next playthrough together.
Yeah, co-op, it's really worth it. And I've got the whole collection on Switch now, which just blows my mind. Like, they obviously mustn't be that demanding of games in terms of processing power. Because I remember playing Borderlands 3 on my old laptop, and it killed it. It killed my laptop. Overwatch, we have played. We had a bit of a spurt on it, didn't we? We had a phase. We was quite into it.
Quite over a month, wasn't it? It was like endless every day.
We even started watching the
Overwatch League
up on the YouTubes. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to play that ever again, to be honest.
I still enjoy it. I still like it because that was obviously...
It just seemed broken to me.
Well, in my time at uni, it was one of them that it was like, oh yeah, I'll talk to you later, we'll like go on Overwatch and stuff, and we play Overwatch on the night, and it's like that's all I'd play on PlayStation. And then obviously like your friends, and you kind of move on with your life, and you kind of stop playing it, so you get rid of the game, and then obviously come out a new port on Switch, and I was like, you know what, I'll do it. It's been fun sometimes, especially like, you know, when you're at work and stuff. It's like, oh, what should I play tonight? And it's like, I can just put the Switch on and play Overwatch.
I really love the competitive nature of it, because I've never really played many games. I mean, obviously Call of Duty Online and everything, but even then, playing Team Deathmatch, it's not very team orientated.
No.
Like, you're still just playing for yourself, aren't you? You're just playing to get the most kills or whatever.
How many kills you can.
But in Overwatch, it's dependent on having a good team if you ever want to win, which can be a crux if you're playing with random people online. And it's just, you know, it's just pot luck if you wind up with someone who knows what they're doing, or someone who's just staring at the scenery, you know.
Yeah, somebody just spinning around in a circle looking at the sky.
Yeah, but even still, it just seemed too inconsistent with damage and movement, and it just didn't. It's not polished to me.
I was but we were doing Mystery Heroes at the time, so we wasn't actually like maining anybody.
We played the normal for a bit as well.
We played the normal a bit, and I was like, I suck at these characters, and then went back to Mystery Heroes. Super Hot, which is one of the games I'd quite like to play, which I haven't yet.
I played the first level of it on my laptop in uni, and again, it was too graphically demanding for my crappy old laptop.
It just died.
That I was trying to do all my uni work on, and I was risking it by playing these high-end games. Well, at the time, high-end graphically games. I was risking losing all my uni work by bricking the hard drive. Okay. It is worth it. So yeah, I played a very laggy version of Super Hot. But yeah,
Because it's like with your movements, isn't it? It's like every time you moved,
the game moves.
the game moves.
Yeah. And if you don't touch anything, you're just frozen in time.
Yeah.
So it's quite strategic.
You gotta think about it.
Have you seen the speedruns of Super Hard?
I haven't.
They are insane. Halo, this is all you. I have played them.
You've played the first one with me.
I won't say I'm a fan, but I do like it. You know, as an exclusive to Xbox.
It's a good game.
They have their thing. PlayStation have another thing. You know.
Thing. Yeah, but Halo, it's good. It's a good game. Obviously, we talked a lot about it in the last episode, so I don't think they really want to listen to us waffle on again about Halo.
Okay, Destiny. Destiny 1 and 2.
Destiny.
We
did have a phase on that again.
No, we did all the campaign.
Yeah.
Is it a campaign?
Yeah, it's their like campaign. Obviously, you come in later.
We also did
Than what
one
I
or two
did.
of the DLCs as well, didn't we?
I think we did all the DLCs because didn't we buy the?
There's an even newer one out now.
I know, but is that even out yet?
Is it not?
I don't know.
See, it's blowing my mind. It's like Destiny 2 is getting on a bit now.
Yeah.
It's obviously still doing material for it, which is sweet.
They brought out a brand new DLC for it, which obviously includes like your new story modes, new areas, new armors, and all that. But again, it's one of them. It's like I ended up getting rid of the game to then re-buy it as that collectors with the DLCs that you brought. But then it's like you spend that much money on it, but then you got to spend more to get this new DLC that's coming out. Bearing in mind we haven't touched it.
We've been about nearly a year now.
Yeah, but I think it's one of them. If obviously we'll check the reviews and everything ourselves, but if it's worth it, maybe one day we could put it back in and give it another crack.
Yeah.
That's the right word.
Doom's got to be in like one of my top 10 game series just for the music alone.
That won an award. That did.
It should do. It's Mick Gordon.
Was it Doom 2016? Doom 2016, yeah. Won awards for like music and stuff.
Gent. Electronic gent.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on. We have a debate day coming soon. Ooh. Debate day. Where we're going to debate.
And fight.
I'm not going to fight.
Yeah, but that's more entertaining.
Okay. If you want to fight, we can fight. Where we're going to debate or fight over the topics revolving around gaming and the gaming industry.
Yeah, the industry keyword there.
Yeah. So you have a lot of like, stories and like topics when you look at gaming. So you'd be like, all your gender is like sexism and violence.
Just controversy.
Yeah.
In the industry. Not just in the games itself, as you were saying, sexism in the workplace and for women to get into the industry, which you have a strong opinion on,
yes.
Rightfully so. You've got a bit of history with it as well.
Yes.
So that will probably come up in another episode.
It will.
Once we pull that debate topic out.
Yes. Should write all the debates out and pick it out of a tin.
Well, we do that for everything else.
We got that with everything else. Why not debate day?
Everything we say is literally just on a sheet of paper.
Yes.
That we pull out randomly. That's probably why this doesn't make any sense.
But you gotta keep it entertaining.
Yeah.
So, to finish off this week's episode, it's time for Fun Facts of the Week. Do. I can't remember if that was a jingle or not, but
It's close enough.
it's close enough. We have a lot of jingles.
I can just copy and paste the first one over.
You can actually. That was a good jingle. So, I can't open the lid. Oop. Okay. Oh.
Oh, we've got an essay here.
Oh. In the first Fallout, if you create your own character with less than 4 intelligence, you can't converse with anyone. Your only dialogue options are various grunts or other guttural noises. This makes the game insanely difficult to finish.
Uh.
And that is our fun facts of the week.
Fun fact of the week.
Fun facts of the week.
Duh, duh, duh.
Do you have any?
Are we leaving it out of the tin?
Well, we've already said it now, so it's not really going to be a fun fact anymore. Is it?
Good point, but I don't want to bin it.
Well, we can keep it somewhere. We can get a new tin for all our used stuff.
So next week we have...
Another genre week.
Hmm.
A favourite time. Fun fact of the week. Bit more on the news. Some more, hopefully, if we've been playing some new games. Some what we've been playing.
I'll let you know how many feet I've managed to move on Breath of the Wild. It's slow going.
Yeah. And obviously, we do also have Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram if you want to follow, which is at Expansion Pass Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We mainly update a lot on Facebook. So,
Which is just Expansion Pass Podcast.
which is Expansion Pass Podcast. And obviously, YouTube stuff.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, folks. Take it easy, Peaches. Out.